So I hereby call the meeting to order at 5:31. And Madam Clerk, would you please do a roll call for us?
Ron Murphy.
Here.
Luann Ruck. Here. Adam Rupert.
Here.
Tony Bowman.
Here. So we have our other trustee to show us your thoughts shortly. So thanks for showing up, and if you would just mind standing and join us in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
A very interesting period of 4th of July, the 250th year celebration, and the World Cup. I'm sure some of y'all seen the news and watched some. I have never really watched the World Cup over time. And I'm like amazed at the people and they're fun, they're having a good time, they're behaving. What also is interesting is seeing all the visitors from the other countries commenting on how they're enjoying our country and the food, Bucky, unlimited refill soda, barbecue in Texas. I mean, this goes on and on. So I hope you guys had a great Fourth and enjoying the holidays well. Again, thanks for showing us our needs. We'll get started with the report, but first we're going to review the minutes from June 10th. We've got a chance to look at that. And if somebody wants to make a motion to approve those, second those.
I'll make a motion that we approve that.
Second, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion down. So we will kind of change the schedule around a little bit as we have they produce on it shortly. But we'll go ahead and start talking with some of the folks that we have on the report. I don't have a lot of technology. I do know that I think, Daniel, are you going to talk about the interface? We'll cover those a little bit later. We've had some improvements with that, and I think we're doing well. We are looking for another supplier to help upgrade this room. We have a recording that we do, and the sound through the microphone that we take to where the stage now that we need to get some improvements here to get the quality of the meetings to where the recording sounds great and people can interact and also have a good experience with our meetings. So we're working on that. That will probably be the last technology thing. So I'm going to start off with some of Dave's report, but I'm going to skip. Let's see if Carol gets before then. If he doesn't, then I'll step on it. So, Ron, would you like to share anything with the site?
Well, we're working on getting some getting trees removed from some of the parks right now. And I tried to get a hold of Nelson to do some new bushes out here in front of us. We had one damaged by the trees in the wind. And also, I'm trying to get a bid right now on Bittersweet. I want to change that garden up there, get rid of that nasty looking wood. We tried to put some rock or rock wall or something natural in there. And the trading part has got to get pretty hard with the damage over from wind. And I've been over there working his butt off, trying to get it fixed up. And let's see, that's about it on the trees. I got a few plants I'm going to try to be done. I cut some bushes out here, the white did for the transplanting did. We talked to giants that they are still alive off to get water to them. Got Nelson trying to put another sprinkler head for us out here.
They were out.
But they didn't do that. There you go.
They were over in a pavilion.
But again, there's now a sprinkler head around up there with it.
Okay.
Grass is hard.
In the front here, flagpole garden for the new sign, monument sign, when I put up flags in the morning, for holidays, I noticed the sprinklers along the sidewalk, they're still on and they're spraying on the monument sign, and I didn't know if that's something you could cap off So it's not spraying the line inside, so it doesn't discolor that block, you know, sometimes calcium will discolor. Right now, I don't think there's any plants there. But if they want to look, I know that some of you rearrange. for
Yeah,
your
but
plants.
got them coming in doing, mulch
Yeah.
up in that area. There's-
So that may be something to try to prevent water from hitting that monument, but it don't have all the time that already. It's a thought, but I don't have a protocol. See if you can do that. Especially in the green pines, because those green pines. so that
It's hard to
out-
grow quick.
Yeah.
That's just one grand walkway up there, right?
Yeah, the ones, yeah, right in front of us, in my, yeah, the rest.
That's really, I think it's a great question for Ron. Luann?
Oh, at least that's now for you guys.
Oh.
Oh, it's just that handout, that extra spreadsheet I do. Basically, if we look at our, financials, we're looking pretty good. If you look at budget versus actual, our general fund and our capital fund are down $2,000, compared to the budget. But this is fine because we just entered our highest portion of income for sales tax and whatever. So that base, so I'm not concerned about this, so a little bit it's down. The last 2 months, our sales tax income, if you look at the new sheet that I handed out, that spreadsheet, the last 2 months, our sales tax income has been the highest since I started, keeping track of it. And, the June figure of money that will be deposited in July was over 33,000. So it was really, really good, $33,600. So our total income is above budget by $8,233 on the right side of our budget versus actual. When we look at the income is down in all 3 categories, and the overall expenditures are down by $42,000 compared to budget, which gives us a net income of $50,907 compared to budget. So we're very, very, very well there. We'll have to look at. If we look at our statement of finance, where it compares last year's numbers to this year's numbers, our income is down in the general fund, but part of that is due to building permits because of the anomaly we had the year before. And our income is down, but that's only due primarily to when our rating goes clear quarterly and it's being middle of the month and not get carried over till next month. However, income is up in the street and capital fund, and sales taxes up from the previous year by $20,000. So that's a good number. So we ended up with an overall income across the board of 33% more than it was last year. When we look at expenditures, our expenses are up in the general and street, but are down in the capital. And that's because last year we probably started the pavilion at this time of the year. So we had expenses on that, which we're not having this year because the pavilion is finished. So our total net income, our expenses are down by $21,000 compared to the year before. So our overall net income is $24,631.92. So I'm real pleased. It should be, impressive in the next 2 or 3 months in tourism. Okay.
Well, thank you. Any questions for Luann? We'll, get that right, Adam, then we'll come back to you. Today, so Adam, if you think you want to share.
Yeah, so I talked to the POA. The POA is waiting on the development of the DNR feedback, the connections of dams. They're very positive that they can get it done, so that's what they did. So that will save a lot of people's time, and they can go across and they don't have to use the main road, and every stop there. So, there's that. I did talk to the water district about the increase of the permit of trying to get the connection of water. They stated that they, and I have everybody have a copy, but they can take a look at it. But the increases were a lot, and I told them, okay, there's a lot of things that we should be able to do to at least decrease a little bit, because it's decreasing the building around here, and a lot of people are losing money, especially the road district, because that's where their money comes from, you know. So I did schedule a meeting for next week to see if we can figure out something, but he did say that he sent a letter out to a lot of the builders that are out there. And he said that when he called around the surrounding area, it's pretty much the same, and that's why he increased it, because they were the lowest around. So I'm gonna have, like I said, I'm gonna have a meeting with them to see what they can do. Maybe I'll do my best to do that. So, but hey, at least we're talking to figure out what we can do. But that's all on the water side. I don't know if you want me to talk about the other part of the ordinance. Okay. What ordinance?
We haven't been unfinished.
Okay, I'll do that then. Other than that, I talked to the POA also. I guess the Fair Street damage the whole side. Yes. The gates are all, the tree fell on it. It's still open, but there's a lot of damage there. So be careful if you know anybody going up. That's pretty much with the emergency management. The damages, I know there's an email that came out about where to take their debris, who's responsible. I talked to Kevin this morning about it. He did say that there's a place, North Building or in 42, that you still are responsible to bring over there. There's no pickup, unless it's on the road, then it's a responsibility to do that. So, but all in all, everything looks good. I think we're gonna meet up with, what I'm talking to her about it, emergency management, the director, and to get better familiar with that. So still far away, but anyway, so that's where I'm at. So if you guys have questions,
But she said we haven't done any ordinance unfinished, but I would, you don't mind go back to water. I think.
Yeah.
The,
that's what he sent me. So the increases were
quite a bit.
quite a bit. So
It's for a 3/4 meter. I don't know what the normal town has. One,
3/4 wide, but there is some 1 inch out there. Yeah, it's big.
so if you're gonna average out,
3/4.
probably, you know, so what's $4,500 per day? It went up 12,000.
yeah.
Wow. It's huge, huge.
I don't, he's like I said, like he was just saying, hey, like the surrounding areas are competitive with it. And I said, is it? You know, like, I want to know, but
I mean, if they're trying to get the point of whatever, I mean, sometimes you kind of prorate this up.
Yeah.
You know, kind of get it a little easier into the.
that's a good plan.
Yeah. Well, I know, he was here one day, I don't think she was building, but he walked in and standing out here and thought, hey, you know, kind of put building here. What is it that never does that? So I said, so what is the one thing that you get from building? What is it?
He said it was the utility connection. And the only other thing is the POA fee for compensation costs.
Yep.
Good thing, stop the builder from where, if you gotta put out $40,000 before you put a button in the ground.
Yep, that's true.
And a lot of the builders don't have that money, the extra to do it. So,
I don't have a lot of back.
Well, thanks for doing that.
Yeah. And if anybody wants it, I'll send it over.
Okay, anything else with Adam? All right, just okay. Okay, well, first and foremost, I totally apologize. I thought that, things like next week or something. I really did. But Michael, you know me. I mean, it's like, you know, took a trip, I never came back, yeah. You know, but here I am, I'm serious. Well, I would apologize. I kind of felt like it was a little weird. Second one, no, first one. And so, anyway, you know, my bad.
I'd like to apologize.
Well, and it's not everybody's position to take care of me, although I appreciate that it's taken care of.
What was that sheriff picking?
Yeah, anybody call, whatever. Oh, I feel so embarrassed. Anyway, what's my job? What am I supposed to do here? Let's go into, his business and everything else. The, building thing, where's the way you have in here? I'm sorry. You know, thank you. Permit revenue for 2025 is $4,955, and for 2026, $5,300. So it is a plus of $345. Year to date for 2025 was $55,000, and 2026 is $27,800. And of course, that is still yet left over from the triplex there at the Haven. The number of permits year to date in 25 is 60, and this year it's 43, and it just kind of continues down that you know, our permits are not nearly as much as they were in years past, as you know, as we just kind of heard. So the reason for that, what's coming down the pike. Okay, let's go. And I don't have anything for the fire department. I don't know about street lights, anything else. But we'll move into the report from our sheriff's department, please.
In the month of June, we had 227 reports or calls for service out here, which is roughly 50 more than May. And we got 82 reports, 19 arrests. Besides the calls, we had 13 domestic assault calls, 2 muzzle disturbed person calls, 5 property damage, 5 arrests for some DUI and 1 for drugs. Only 1 call that kind of stood out was somebody caught somebody in their house on their camera system. In doing so, the investigation led to the arrest of the neighbor that broke into our house. So that was like, that's the only 1 call that kind of stood out after those 3 calls. So the next, on the 4th, I want to thank the public in general that came out and helped remove trees from the roads. I know I came in early, worked trees out of the road, that we had citizens stop, get chainsaws out, whatever they, you know, everybody was helping. So that was pretty cool to see everybody come together and try to clear roads and do whatever, check on the people. We had several trees fall on houses, when we full fence and stuff like that. So overall, everybody worked all together, you know.
It appeared the traffic getting off of our little road here was heavy. It was moving. There was maybe a 20-minute delay to get from here to yon and whatever, but
I don't say, I got there right at 11 o'clock on Sunday, and it took me 32 minutes to get back there, which I don't have that bad. That's just me.
The interesting thing that started an hour 40, but I usually make sure. I didn't really.
yeah.
I went outside. Oh, yeah. Because we pulled out across the Cherokee, and 45 minutes later, we hadn't made it to the line.
And that was what time?
I looked at 9:20. That was at 10 something.
Well, see, people didn't have power, so they left early.
Well,
That weird, a little bit something.
it was
again, falling back to my excuse of rain party to be here or whatever else, my wife and I just got back not too long ago, 4,000 miles traveling in the United States. This is a pretty cool place. It's where we live. It is nice. It is. You know, you got 4 lanes here, probably 4 or 5 lanes coming and going. We travel all over. And I never, ever forgot, damn, I want to go home. This is a cool place. Yeah. So anyway, thank you for being here, taking care of that. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I mean, seriously. You know, I mean, traffic is awful, yes, but you know, you guys are doing your thing, you know, it's crowded, it's whatever else. You know, if people don't like that, stay home. What the hell, you know?
I know what to say, I mean, we get back up here, but everybody going back to Kansas City, they're in Tipton, they get backed up, past Carmel Electric.
I never thought about
Stuff
that.
like that. So it's not just here.
Yeah.
He said everybody,
Yeah.
back to Kansas City or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I never thought about that, but I'll bet there's a hang up over there by, Woods over there and TT and that, or, and M&M and whatever. I never thought about this, but they got the same problem.
They do. And I've seen traffic, like I said, up in Tipton pictures where they're back up west at Carmel Electric from the 5 and 50 intersection. There's stuff like that.
Yeah.
And somebody was telling me they posted a picture of everybody going back to Kansas City on Sunday. Both lanes of traffic on 50 were just solid, you know, and stuff like that.
No,
I wish I could find that picture, but I couldn't.
Yeah, well, the first time, the day after before, bittersweet. You can get off for over an hour.
Yeah.
Well, the road was backed up to, past Eagle. Our.
I love you.
Did you guys see the article in the paper? It had an actual number in there. Nancy might be able to give the numbers, but it was astronomical.
At 7 o'clock in the morning, they had 1,000 cars between 7 and 8 a.m. going through that one. And it stayed over 1,000 cars an hour, leaving the destination, not coming
Wow.
on.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
Heather said, when we got to think about it, how to cycle, I gave them an explanation of all how the stoplight actually works and how Christmas program works. And we did so many seconds between cars. And he said, when you look at the number of cars, there was almost like 1,500 going through the intersection at one point, like, it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And it has to stop every 50 seconds, I think,
Yeah.
to allow traffic off that time. So,
And there's a lot of traffic that comes off of it. It really is.
They are different night hours this time.
Yeah.
Well, the guy that's all the way to water tower, that's park station. Like there's only there's one officer up there working the lot.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't think he really helped. I mean, if you talk to Kevin, he said that the light is a better system than how we used to try to drive traffic. Just because people don't know how to drive.
Right.
It'd be nice if we could wear a white, put that light in, flashing yellow, and
People would still stop because they don't know what that is.
Yeah.
well, I'm up for trying something. Thank you, Alex. Like,
Again, you know, 2,300 residents we have here, right? And I don't know how many we have here on Horseshoe Bend. It's this weekend or whatever else. I mean, it's gonna be overload. You know, you like it, if you don't like it, you know, it is what it is.
We just need to put a gate up there. We hit our limit. The one we get, one can come out, right?
I mean, you know, we can't change it. Go ahead and people love this place. We live here. You know, I mean, what a great deal. It's nice when they leave. Bye-bye. You know?
and it's not like it happens all the time.
But anyway, you know, thank you for doing what you do, Jimmy, and I just, nothing more to do about it, I don't think, you know, so, thank you. I don't have anything else on my.
nothing? Okay, so now we'll come to the spot, the agenda. And Dave, let's jump in here. This is something that I'm not looking forward to, but as someone is looking forward to. But you would mind.
Luann, well, if you wanna get up here, get up here with me, so I can at least read this. A little bit, this will be the second time you loud out. You come back. So anyway, this is, Luann's resignation, and as we've talked about before, I think that you guys voted on this, is okay, or do we have to vote for it? So, we can vote against it. Anyway, this is from Village of Four Seasons, resolution number 2605, a resolution accepting the resignation of trustee Luann Ruck, whereas Luann Ruck has submitted her resignation from the office of trustee of Village of Four Seasons of Missouri effective July 8, 2026, that's today. And whereas the Board of Trustees desires to formally acknowledge and accept such resignation, if we so decide. Okay. And expresses appreciation for the services provided to the residents of the village. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Trustees of the Village of Four Seasons, Missouri, as follows. Section 1. The Board of Trustees hereby accepts the resignation of trustee Luann Ruck effective July 8, 2026. Section 2. The Board of Trustees expresses its sincere appreciation and gratitude for the services, dedication, and contributions made by trustee Luann Ruck during her tenure on the board. Section 3, the village clerk is directed to enter this resolution into the official records of the village and note the resulting vacancy in the office of trustee. Passed and approved, if we do so, on this day, the 8th of July, 2026, Village of Four Seasons of Missouri. So signed by Tony and signed by, and
Sometimes you're right.
I know, well, me too, so anyway, hate that you're out, hate that you're gone, bad deal. But, you've done a great job for our community here, you always have, in anything that you do, and, you gotta move on.
Well, thanks, sir.
Also, as a special guest, feedback from, Mike, this year, thank you for letting us have her time. Been very influential to us, and I know that, your partners as well. Yeah, I know she's been with us. Right now, I need a person who can try something. Yeah. Well, Danielle, if you'd like to say something. Well, I would. I know that, they were those in the board for a long time. Well, you guys don't see behind the scenes, what the, handle that you might have heard financially. It's a lot more free stuff. So she also makes sure that our auditors have rates should have every time I do. She looks at our budget for the next year. She spends a lot of time with this young lady over here, getting it all set up. And I can tell you right now, no one sitting up here would be able to do, well, say you might be able to. And it's just been an honor to get to know you for so much years. She also is kind of my neighbor across the road. So we get to see her and what's going on across the way. So I want to personally thank you for that. We need you real bad when you came back with me. You're very personal lady. Like you for friends. Okay, people. You might be very good.
Well, if I didn't do kidney, maybe you have that.
Be careful. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of thought about his last couple of days, like this kind of mixed emotion. Because I've never seen over the last couple of years how well we work together as trustees and the employees that were hired and how much fun. know, because I'm coming here to sign checks for next thing you know, we're all laughing and often, you know, catching up on personal things. So it's been a delight to work with them. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, but we have no excuse to be here. Yeah.
Yeah. But only the ladies in the chair.
We're just glad we got to be choosing before.
Well, and again, falling back on it, I kind of feel like, you know, Mike, when I've known him.
48 years, yeah.
You were 10.
But anyway, what great friends, you know, they've been, both of them. And Luann, man, I'll tell you what, you don't miss a nickel. You don't miss a dime. You don't, I can't even imagine how Michael even survived his life with the accountant's like wife that he had. It's like, oh my God, honey, I just want to go out and buy some bubble gum. And you're like, here, put it down here. She is a keeper of the keys, so wonderful, wonderful person. We're gonna miss her, you know, a lot, you know. So, and I've been in business with them, and they're just wonderful people. So I say people, both of them. So anyway, Luann, gee whiz, bye.
You guys can make this choice. That person is bringing a lot of enthusiasm and story, positive and professional.
Okay.
A little of their job, I think. I know, that's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Luann. Yes.
Okay, so let's do a motion for this resolution. When I make a motion.
I'm in motion.
Yeah, and a second. Any questions about all in favor?
I have to.
Okay, resolution is approved. Okay. Now we move on to what are we doing with the chair? We'll have the young man sit back here with us tonight. Dennis, I want you to come up front and we can talk about what's next. So, you know, the next bit is here on our agenda is basically fill the vacancy of the man with a new individual. Now I want to come out there and chat for a minute. We will go from there. Well, our city attorney has done very well with preparing for all these resolutions. And all that. So, yeah. Michael Lee, am I saying that right? That's right. Okay. So Dennis, so happened that he came and, wanted to join the board. And he came up to actually actually apply to be on the ballot. And I think what happened is you got the window. So he was already ready to go. Like that. So when I found that out and then had a chance to talk to Dennis, to talk with some others, and Dennis has been very influential in our community. Dennis, you were currently on the board at Lake Regional Hospital. That's right. So he's also, if you don't mind, to share a little bit about your background. And we'll move into more official stuff.
Well, I'm a recovering CPA. And I have worked in had a CPA firm for a number of years now. And then I went to work for one of my clients they owned minor lots and other business. And expense that.
Okay, good. Yeah. Well, thank you for being open and coming to be with us. I think you'll enjoy this opportunity. So you're being glad I think in good hands with the thank you guys here. And I know you guys
We have.
The young lady over here is also very much involved, I think we'll do that. So I have a resolution here for you, and then also the point, well, I'm gonna actually read a pledge to you that you're gonna follow whatever, I keep reading your thing. Okay. So I have resolution 2606, resolution appointing Dennis to fill a vacancy on the board of trustees on the village of Trustees, Missouri. Whereas the vacancy exists in the board of trustees as a result of the resignation of trustee Lynn Rupp. And whereas section 8230 RSM of village code section 230 authorized the remaining members of the board of trustees to fill the vacancy occurring on the board. And Dennis, the qualified resident and voter of the village of Trustees, and expressed a willingness to serve residents of the village as trustees. And the board finds that the appointment of Dennis is in the best interest of the village. Now therefore, be it resolved by the board of trustees of the village of Trustees of Missouri as follows. Section 1, for 6, section 8020, RSM, village code, section 230. Dennis is hereby appointed to serve as trustee of the village of Trustees of Missouri. The appointee shall serve for the remainder of the expired term for the Rupp, or to the successor elected and qualified as provided by law. Before assuming the duties of office, the appointee should take and describe the oath of office required by Missouri law. This is passed, we're going to pass it and hopefully approve it shortly. So I'm just going to say right now, we entertain a motion to approve resolution 2606.
Make that motion. Second.
Okay, motion made, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Okay, now we'll speak to the last oath. So I'm gonna read this, and you can just read right after what it says. I, Dennis Beckley, having been appointed trustee of the village of Fort Peter.
Okay, go with me. I, Dennis Michael, have been appointed trustee of the village of Four Seasons, Missouri. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Missouri, that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of the office of trustee of the village of Four Seasons, Missouri, and that I will conduct myself in accordance with the laws of the state of Missouri and the ordinances of the village. I further swear and affirm that I am qualified to hold such office and will faithfully perform all duties imposed upon me according to law.
Congratulations. Okay, yeah, welcome to the chair. If you're looking, as we said in the past, we're all equal here, and something you want or ask to do from the board, your board is welcome to make any kind of motions and ask for anything, that you think to, go through for the village.
Well, I hope I can. Luann did a phenomenal job. I forgot who made the comment, that Mike was probably kept on a pretty short leash. Thank you. I hope I can live up to your performance.
Okay, we shall move on to our next business. So, we have some unfinished business. I think, well, the person here who gave the monument for the village sign is here. It's done.
I'm glad it's up and done. I'm so happy. I think it turned out pretty good. Not exactly, maybe some little dimensions, but I would like that to look good, a lot better than what we're at. Really kind of saying that I feel.
Well, we thank you for making that happen for us. I think we all think it's very nice. Definitely. Thank you very much.
Officially done to the lighting earlier in the. Oh, the lighting.
Any more on the pathways, anything there to talk about? I do know if it's been surveyed, you guys did that job, you can talk about. I know that Jeremy is willing to fill in like 3 gaps up here, that are very wide, you can't fill in the car. I think Downstairs. Got space downstairs. Anything else in town? Sterling Park update?
Material will be delivered tomorrow. The cross surface guys will be here Friday and Saturday to install it. We, had some trees come down that storm. I got the trees off the playground so they can do their work. And then we will have the tree guys will be in here next week to remove those 2 trees that are still there. So then the park will be completed. Then I will install the parking lot and then we'll try that parking lot and still be done.
Well, there's been a lot more than that. I mean, where we're at, what have you done so far?
Oh, we had the 6-foot wide sidewalk with the finish on the concrete, trash enclosures on the concrete, the sidewalk to each facility that's in the playground equipment and, booths that are handicap accessible, the ramp to them. We got all the playground equipment is in, ready to go. It's been a long month of, putting all that in. We had, Ron came out and helped me, Tony came out and helped me. We struggled one day, Ron did. Resident just doesn't stop. Came over, put space in and get strapped on, got concrete in the hole, so,
You have to be some kind of basic fabrication.
we had to, the playground came with no instructions, just a picture. All I said was put space in, put your slide on, and then go from there. So we realized the slide was, almost 3 foot high out of the ground. 2-year-old with a first selfie and had to put stuff down. But we were able to get it, so it looks really good out there. It looks really good. Cooper Cycle came back out and raised the rock and packed it last week, and we're ready to go with the software.
You did good. It looks like the picture. So, Ron, thanks for helping as well.
They're gonna get the plants put in order. Good. Are we, since I know they're also,
There's a time, but we'll deal with that later.
Okay, we'll get close. Thank you. Thanks, Mike, for doing all that. I know it's not fun temperature and a lot of hard work. Okay, I know we've been talking about a sign ordinance. We've had concerns here lately about a particular business posting signs around the village, on utility poles and a few other things. And I know we asked our city attorney to look into that. I know we talked a little bit. I know you've done some work, and I don't know if you have an update you want to share with us or.
I'm doing research on the water. So it's my understanding that the subcommittee is comprised of Mr. Burke's involvement on the sign ordinance. I had guys, but it's got draft the ordinance. Are you guys ready? With respect to the zoning ordinance, committees, Mr. Trowbridge, Darrell Harbor, I heard these guys. Again, I stand ready to help that to whatever extension you might help.
Whatever you like to do.
The county UTV permit, which is business, I spoke to the county. We've been back a little bit. He seemed to suggest that there'd be a working relationship there, and it went over step with our ordinance that you recently approved and adopted. So we're just trying to hammer out some dates there. You've been in those email communications. We've seen we can be first. As for water, I'm just going to take it. Got to two per second. It's kind of people are very having sex. You go from the list of your. When you do that, they call probably later. Just make sure that you. I just know you know better. Court is going well. No major issues there. For those of you who don't know it, I've become the city council prosecutor from the city of Osage Beach. I'm not taking away from my duties here. Just since we're chatting, a little chat here. The average residential fee nationwide for water is 0.5 to 2% construction cost. According to the sale averages here in the village, current sale averages, median prices of $357, $450 to $375. That's inclusive of condos. So currently it's $12,000. You're at 3.2% shows is 27,800. Jersey City and Jersey is 4,516. Lakeland, Florida, 11,836. Lakeland, Florida, 7,275. Tampa, 6,101. Locally here, the averages are village, on according to the web, was at 3893, you're now at 12,000, so that's multiple 3 or 4 times. I think those are averages around 1,000, those six beaches somewhere around 1,000, Sunrise Beach, and Lori, primarily in private marsh, which is what their average around 1,000. So I don't know what numbers they're looking at, to justify a 12,000 card, but it seems to be astronomical compared to what I'm finding online. Other than that, what I'm saying.
You said a lot. That's a lot of very interesting information. That's out of my head.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it's supposed to oversee national, or, I don't know how that is, but everything's moving away from that.
Well, I think that's about a coin is something with, like the POA damage fee that they really. And I think we looked at that and saw that those fees are like Ozarks, maybe I've heard it too, but my understanding is the ordinance takes care of any damage. City will come in and penalize, right about taking the court, whatever, versus that POA. And so I don't think they would pay damage fees. I think kind of look into that, so we're good.
Those fees can, be like those that do not collect damage deposit. You talk about in our code enforcement meetings, they do not collect it. The impact fee is very small, minimal, along with building permit. That's it. POA is the only one who does that, RIA.
So we may want to talk about that as well, sometime, because they should know that we have ordinance that we can really heavy hit in with the city attorney taking a role in that. A lot more than a lien or whatever, they will do a penalty, but that right there also is a little hard.
And I was found out, I haven't heard from the chicken lady. Check it out, lady. I know Bill and I were, working together for some topic, and, she's been told that she's had on the street coach. And also, hopefully she'll, think better about that. She's,
Haven't gotten any more.
Thanks, Todd. Anything else, thanks, Todd? Okay, sir. Okay, now I'll move to, our annual audit is complete. We had a work session a couple weeks ago to review that. That audit turned out like all our other audits have. And, got a very good report on that. We, out of that meeting, we decided to move forward with approval of tonight. We're actually having a resolution to approve that audit. And, I would mind a resolution, do we have to read twice or do that? We have to say approve resolution to approve the audit.
yeah. So I read that, I will, address this before I will be paying.
No. Okay. But we should approve the resolution. All right, resolution number 2607, resolution of the Board of Trustees for season 30, setting the audit. Audit the financial statements for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2025, and acknowledging certain audit findings and recommendations. With that, we'll ask for a motion to approve resolution number 2607.
This motion to approve 2607.
Okay, thanks, I'll take a question. Not all in favor? Aye. And motion carries. Next item,
always over, when they built Parkway, it was like a concrete swell. Somebody hit one, it looks like they go over it, smash the whole front of it. I picked the concrete out of the street the other day and put it over to the drain. And then we have one, somebody hit part on this side of Cherokee, on the west side and on the east side. So I don't know if, when we do the pathways, if we're gonna address those to fix those, or how we fix those, because there's just poured concrete over top of the traditional pathway.
Is that the HH? Picture.
No,
because the pathways are kind of a no zone. Yeah, I know nobody's zone. It's not a thing that the road district wants to take care of, or necessarily the county wants to take care of. It kind of falls into a very black hole. But man, when you see all of these people, especially on these weekends that we just went through, that use the pathways and everything, it's a big thing to try to correct those. Kind of falls back on somebody. I don't know who wants to take the fall, but those things need to be repaired.
yeah,
So it's not the road district's thing.
well, you have to close the pathway, you're gonna pull that whole entire thing off. And then you're gonna reform it, before they put concrete. Kevin talked about putting the new culverts in on pathway down from Cherokee to the Cape Point Pool. And you want to lower those culverts to help with the drainage issues out on our road. So I don't know if you want to lower these and make the pathway flat, so there's not a hump at that thing every time. So I haven't talked to Kevin about it. Kevin's been busy with storm damage and summer damage.
But the fact comes into if it's gonna be over, we don't know what the cost is. But if the cost is over $10,000 thing, with an estimation of, then it needs to go out to bid. And, again, it's a tough spot. Somebody's gotta put it together. So, I don't necessarily know that the buck falls here, but I don't know where else it's gonna fall. Can County doesn't want it, Horseshoe Bend Road District doesn't want it, and I get it. And there's kind of a triplex thing going on right here, and
Also, there's a bit of liability.
there's liability. So, Mr. Counselor, I don't really want to bring you into this party, but again, you can say what you can say.
So full disclosure, I'm also the council, of course, that's.
That's correct.
I will tell you, county can all your roads, even those that are in your jurisdiction. So, Mr. Murphy's background is for Rich, and I remember, those roads are essentially the county's. Washington Special Road District by statute maintains routes there, based upon the budget that you're provided. Sometimes there's unexpected items like that come up. So probably what the village should do is write a very genteel letter to the Washington Special Road District and the county commissioners and suggest that there's an item in this repair that's in the Washington Special Road District right away, and it's adjacent to county roadways, and see if either of them would be willing to assist in that project. We want to try to stay away from this as much as possible, because the cooperative effort that you extend right now to seal, crack seal, the walking trails and to do the guardrails and things like that, you're essentially making someone else's house that you don't own. So we've got to be careful about that. Although you have this recreational liability statute that identifies you guys, as long as you don't charge for the use of your parks, the walkways and things like that, you're supposed to be identified and have some installation liability in the state of Missouri. But we don't want to paint some other people's houses. That's what you've got to have a sensitive issue. I know it's an amenity that is welcome in our community, and I like it. I like to see people out there, and you guys have been very generous. I need to try to maintain those, but you just got I think they would love that.
Trustees.
Yeah,
We have a good relationship with them.
yeah.
They might plan on going.
Wanting to go.
At 8 o'clock.
I'll see if I can swing in there. You ever? Okay. That's good. Do you have a picture of that?
No. But it's, you go out here and make a right, just second, boom, right there. With the concrete lane,
Somebody right help. I probably have.
Well, I think that you're gonna hit that, and then hit the sign down there, yesterday.
to the left.
8 o'clock. Water company center.
One for Union Road. You got it for nothing.
Okay, any more on that subject? Not, any general discussion topics? Not, we have, stop sign at Cave Point and Wind Creek.
Yes, I talked to HH on it, and I was trying to see what it's gonna cost if we get anything. Same time we have up there at Bittersweet, flashing red. So Peg and I, my wife and I will go over and work on the Cage Point garden area. Nobody stops in the direction there. They just fly through there like this. And then the other day she was coming home, she was coming off from hitting on the Cage Point. Guy ran a stop sign there, and she said, fly across the parking lot. Get hit. So I'm thinking if we can, the signs are $1,700 each, they're sold. And the last three that was put up in the, around here, paid by Mike Riley. Put them up, so, and I would like to see one up there either coming on Case Point, not so much, but just right there on Glen Creek, that will not stop. When you fly right through. I don't know if we need to take that before, or what we do, how we need to go about it, but they said, do maybe order. If you don't pay for it. Tuesday. Pardon? Tuesday. You're on the two. Okay. Yeah.
Solar powered by.
Yes, they're all solar.
So you're talking about where Cave Point comes up to Glen Creek, right there,
Right there.
kind of like, it's kind of an angle thing there.
They're not stopping, but when you come off from Glen Creek on Case Point, you know, you're gonna go across that traffic, so they're not stopping at all, they're just flying right through that point. And I sit there and I've worked up there in the garden. It's pretty tough, just where somebody come through there.
So your suggestion is to put the stop sign on the Cave Point.
No, I would suggest putting it on the Glen Creek side, where it's coming this way, across.
Okay.
That's where I'm thinking about it.
It'll be like the one this week.
They're just like what it is, so we're. They ordered with Mike ordered them. AJ's put them up for them, so. It's just,
I didn't know that Mike Riley had done that. That was a recognizable thing that he had done that one. Where did that sign go?
so this one's still there,
I think they put it on this week, Mike Riley did that because there was some big accident up there that. Okay, and he just, it was so dangerous that was on the accident.
and it's really good.
That stop sign, he said, as long as he lives in the area, if there's any maintenance or whatever, he will pay the road district to take care of that.
So Mike Riley again put that stop.
He paid for that.
Stoplight at Bittersweet.
He paid for it.
I thought that was just I don't know. I knew it wasn't a village thing, but I thought it was a road district thing. That was a road district thing.
Most of your signs are anywhere between $100 and $3. Sign, it's not balance, it's stuff. Sign on press the right, goes my, it's not at the end, at the
When my office was there, it was a once every 2 months thing. It was a dry spot. But,
So, they won't be paying,
How much is it, 1,700?
Well, they told me $1,700 a piece. I thought, but like manufacturing, looking at our savings, got to make the issues put one in, pay for it herself, right?
you guys at one time.
Start out with one, if it won't work, it's most of the traffic's coming from my lake creek one, running the top of the line.
Share that information, and if we're okay, whatever, someone wants to make a motion, second, do that, or someone can speak up and say no. Don't do that, so.
So I have a good authority, it's not a guarantee that it's going to be put in, just because you allocate the money. I would, again, write a genteel letter, obviously, saying we would encourage if such a sign, we might be interested in allocating the resources for that. And then see if they're willing to do it. There's some sensitivities to the people in that area, believe it or not, those flashing lights, not everybody likes. So generally, I'm not saying the road district has done this, but generally I know in Cole County, I'm several of the county road district guys on their commission, and they actually send a letter out to the adjacent landowners to make sure that they're not going to be identified like these flashing 24 hours a day. There's something just like that. So I would start with a letter and see if the road district wants to take the initiative to it.
And I understand what you are saying about that topic, if I have it correct on where you're talking about putting it, there's no houses that. But I appreciate your thought process on that. I wouldn't want flashing light out in front of mine.
Well, I don't think there is a house on the right side, just around the corner. I think that is,
I think, isn't it, before you get to that curve, isn't there the sign that says the hidden driveway or something?
it says on traffic does not stop.
So if you thought like a suggestion, again, your suggestion would be that we, conduct a letter to the Portion Creek Road District and say, is there something more we can do to this intersection?
One alternative to telling that is this, it just began, you show up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and that's,
So, you guys want to wait for the next meeting, or you want to make a motion based on this road district? Okay.
I would suggest, as long as you are there, and it's not like you don't have anything else to do, but you're gonna be there, possibly, if that, if you're gonna be there, I think it'd be a great time to bring that up again, why wait?
So if they say yes.
So here's
Okay.
here's the other consideration, establishing put that in place from very forward. Basically give them Cadillac, say here, drive, it's a girl, so they gotta be comfortable with the idea of installing it, not only installing it, fix it first time somebody else goes. If they come back to you continually, to perpetuity and say, hey, we said, let's choose by the end over it. That might be the conversation. So, I would just take the idea of give them the idea that you are there.
Don't ever make a motion, but are you guys,
Excited about that.
they say, yeah, I'll do this, and they're on board, or you guys?
I would be, I mean, again, these types of intersections are going to become more and more of a deal out here in Portion. That's inevitable, and, so yeah, I think it's just kind of throw it out there, Tony, and, second thing, they can put that on your thought process, but if you're there at the same time, I think the Portion Road District has always been super great on, right.
No,
Listening to us and we listen to them.
wait, my thing is, why wait till that meeting, if they're okay, make a motion to take that meeting. If we say right here that we're okay, I think they can. But if y'all want to wait till next meeting, we'll wait. Y'all do.
Right, you could entertain a motion that's on their approval.
Yeah. And I would second that, yeah, there, of course, you've been road district, it's thinking, instead of all this back and forth stuff, I mean, it's roll. Exactly, if they're.
It's a safety.
Yeah, that, something happens between now and the next meeting.
I don't know if people may not show up. Okay, so we have a motion motion made, a second to send the money, for $1,700, based upon the approval of the budget. All in favor? Aye. Okay, motion passed. There you go. Any other general discussion? Bob, anything else you want to add based on?
No, what I heard, what I heard, agreed with the, allocation, not to exceed 1750, and we're gonna propose that sign, if you want to, you can put maybe a contingency of 15% or 10% basis on some, those things keep going up every time I'm here to talk about, these type of signs, like, $1,500, but.
And that was what we like.
Maybe you could read 1750 with a 10%.
Awesome.
Good job.
Thanks, Ed.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else? Council, that you would like to share?
You let the top point model, so I'm sure. Appreciate it.
Okay. We're glad to have you.
Well, you're usually on TV, quite frankly. You just. But it's nice that you're here. I really enjoyed it.
It's been a doozy to sell.
Moving on, our city clerk.
The cameras on the pavilion are done. We added a better view on the back there that shows the parking lot also, bathroom. And the sheriff's side has a camera now too. I will get documentation together that will be used to give it to the guys that are around here, so they'll be able to log in with the cameras if they want. But all that is set and done, and I'm happy to be done with them. So hopefully we can find somebody to do this from that, if more community. They look good, the cameras look good, the angles look good. We did get a new hard drive put in, to save the recording longer, and that was already put in. They put a rack in the closet, so it's all up, not going anymore. So it looks good. Unfortunately, there was some damage to our conference room, but not necessarily their fault. They went across the trusses and they moved, and so now you can see it in the film. So that's
We all big thanks to Danielle, because she was honoring these people and working at big time.
She enjoyed it.
I'm afraid giving this gonna take me away one day.
Thank you, Danielle.
Additional inspector applications, we have been receiving them. I had some that are potential, some that are questions, some are no, and so we just need to figure out who is going to be the person that do interviews and we need to get that scheduled. So that's kind of where we're at.
So you said you did have some.
We have several. We have several that are not supposed to be qualified, so we said thank you for your interest in the community, but.
Well, they may become qualified. I mean, when we interviewed for you, Ike, it was like, is this all we got? The deal?
No, qualification was the right word.
I get it.
You know. And we get some that, that would, they would be willing to work for us if we cover relocation. The whole thing. And we have some that are local, that are in the same working field as we are currently. So I have your house. I just didn't know which trustee wants to be part of the process.
That's where I knew.
I'm staring pretty hard.
I knew where to. I could feel like just, like,
That's the only one there either.
I'm happy to be on that. I really, that'd be my spot. So.
You want to give us availability and we'll set.
Availability doesn't usually work for me because I don't even remember me. But you set up time, I will be there. We'll work with that.
And
So do we need to have more than one trustee, Todd, or just no one?
Do you think you have a one that might be qualified based on one interview?
There's a couple.
Yeah, that's available. So you got some candidates in? Yeah, great. Anything else? We have, now time to comments for the visitor. We do have a guest. I know, if you'd like to come up and address the board or the group. I don't know who else may have signed up, but you might be the only one.
I feel like I'm preaching.
Right.
My name's Don Barrett, and I'm running for county commissioner in Canton County. My resume started in the early '70s. I was a fixer for General Motors. I ran into dealerships and over service farm, parts department. Fix them, and after about 3 or 4 years there, I decided I just fix myself a place. So 75 we built, opened the lane and ran it for a little over 40 years. And the city is putting a community center in. It was difficult to talk about, but I miss the people more than anything. But right now, I'm on the school board at Max Creek, and I'm also co-chair of the Canton County Ambulance Board. We deal with millions of dollars with our budget. I feel very qualified that the chief financial officer in First Class County is county commissioner. And I feel like I can step in and do the job from day one. But that's my spiel, and I won't keep everybody here very long. You're not running for office, so I can't say much. We're out friends on Facebook. And I really appreciate you letting me come out here. Watch you guys. Some of the stuff I've been around, watching confusion. I didn't know what the road through the border are. Kind of a challenge getting some meetings without screaming and yelling, fussing and fighting. So I really appreciate everything you guys do for us to come down. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Just remember as you go forward, this, what you've been, is biggest tax base.
Well, I was warned by Bev that you guys need to talk to me what you warned me about.
Yep.
Zombie ball and deer.
We'll gravel roads in.
You talked to Jake Kelly, your current commissioner, he would say that the bin makes the determination of those things.
James and I worked on the contamination work together. I've known him since he was a teenager. And we've done a lot in order to clean up that Modine plant. But we're still just replanting DNR today. And of course, you guys back out of a lot being on the commission, so. But I'm the chairman of that board also. I see this.
Thanks for visiting here. Okay, anybody else?
Yeah. I was just wondering, what's the status on that property there by the campground, with the open to the food truck? By formula, is that not?
Mike Riley was going to do something there. I don't know that he has done anything else. I think he's established his business there. I'm kind of guessing he's gonna let it.
Okay, I was kind of curious. I know it's more parking and storage.
I think Councilor Mike was kind of doing this, we want to talk about this, Mike Riley.
So I can give you that tip before we say.
Renita's talking about the property just down here that Mike Riley owns, that kind of got.
Yeah, it's kind of gone away from the food trucks and kind of stuff stored there and, truck parked there, and wood parked there, but I didn't know anything.
Last I heard that I had given us feedback and said that he was gonna make some rapid remediation on that property and bring it back to speed. That's what I heard from staff. But that's not the case.
I don't know the answer.
I don't either.
Okay, I was wondering if it's the lake pushback or something that is still playing on the people right there.
I know that whole property right there is really, really kind of strange a bit because of the right of way of that corner is. I don't know what the right of way is of that piece of property there.
Yeah.
It's huge. So I'm not so sure where he's parking all that, whatever, but I'm guessing these.
Well, I was just kind of curious if some people I know that knew about it, so about food trucks was kind of in here, and they were asking, I just wondering if it was kind of now, on the wayside of the lake.
The last I talked to him, he kind of put that on the back burner because trying to get trucks out, at the time he was doing it, they were already booked out for up to a year. So
Yeah.
getting them out here was a bit of a challenge.
Right.
And so he was kind of putting that on the back burner before he made any changes to the property to accommodate them because he couldn't justify the use. And
Right.
that was the last I heard, and that was the question.
But we didn't.
I've had people come up to me.
He also did call to inquire about if he would be allowed to do some staging tastefully, and I don't know that went anywhere. He never, I told him he should come talk to you guys, and he hasn't, so I don't know what that.
I've had a couple people come up to me and ask me what, where was doing the property down there, I said, well, it's not ours, it's ours. Well, I didn't know what that was, so I just talked to Mike or something. That's pretty nasty, something.
Over there on the back of those laws, got, it looks like they have like trucks and stores in there.
Yeah, anyway, that's why I was just wondering what anything new on that. And the other thing I want to say is I've set up a scheduled town hall, 2 town halls out here at the Four Seasons Community Center for the upcoming Camden County election for all of the different positions of the people. And I have those, first town hall meeting will be Thursday, July the 16th from 5:30 to 8 o'clock in the evening, and it's gonna be covering, the presiding commissioner, and with their 6 candidates and a reporter will be there. Basically what it's gonna be, I'm going to, have candidates introduce themselves and say what their mission is for running for the office, and we'll do questions. So it's just kind of like, here I am, I'm running, this is why I'm running, I know the baby, that kind of stuff, I just want information out. The other one is gonna be Thursday, the following Thursday, July the 23rd, same time, 5:30 to 8. It's gonna be for the auditor, which there's 3 of them, county collector, 2 of them, and county clerk, 2 of them. So, actually, I don't remember, I forgot to press. They'll be on the 23rd. So, but I'm gonna give this, to the POA, they're send out one of those, email flash, whatever. But if you guys know anybody, it's really for anybody on Horseshoe Bend. But of course, you can hold all the body. So if anybody wants to tell them, I can provide this to Danielle and I'll post it or whatever else. So I just want to get this straight. Okay.
Are you getting committed? Are you getting committed to these people?
Yeah, I called them all up, and pretty much it sounds like all of them. There was one that I know for sure, was able to, I don't remember. But she said she had another, commitment on that day, but pretty much everyone else sounds like they are going. I'm gonna be sending them emails and all those information and reminder and let them know. And that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can contact their great election position, pretty easy. You probably send out an email to them.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
So I
Email
think
me on that, I'll get it on our calendar on the web.
Oh, okay,
before
great.
you go, you were talking about.
Uh,
The work today, coordinator.
oh yeah, so Paul sent an email, to me and Tony that, he is resigning due to, his family personal issues that he has to deal with. And so he's resigning, so therefore that position is open. I sent a response to Paul and, copied Tony and Adam, so that Adam doesn't want to do that. I'm happy to help be involved. I don't want the position. The reason I got down as trustee, I got practice at home. So, but I'm still interested in helping that. That's my, and you guys all know it's for my prime interest, all of everything. So I don't know if anybody on hand, if any of you guys think of anybody who may like that. Pretty much the position is one that, is getting those you know, what the village has here. So I think we've got to see what's happening, so to go over all that stuff. To do that, and I know Paul is new ham ratio. So anyway, if you guys know anybody, Adam and I will meet to go over it, and then Adam and I will also meet with the county, emergency management director for the sale. It was very into preparedness, to have him come out, to see what the village has, and also, I know, he is very big at being, is having community kind of learn how to kind of take care of themselves, like it sounds like our community out there has during this last storm, people jumping out, helping, was great to hear. I was very happy to hear that. And so I think they'll be interested in you know, kind of.
I think you guys could ask him, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we may, well, after talking to him, Chris, then if nothing else, maybe check with Nancy and see if we need to maybe put the whole thing out there. The same here on village admission, we're going to put somebody that does that. So we'll leave with Chris, the director, we'll see if there's any special things that you can see that kind of important that we're not thinking.
And, excuse me, yeah, Renita, thank you again, recognition for putting up the flags.
Oh, you're
I mean, my
welcome.
gosh, I mean, I look at the things every holiday and everywhere else.
We had three.
I can't imagine.
Did you?
Time.
Oh,
The time, but really, that,
July the 4th is a work holiday. I don't like the tour at all. Cause I'll put a flag out in September on Labor Day, or no, on Veterans Day and September the 11th. I don't put the screw and nuts in there to secure the hold on the bracket. And I never got done taking these photos. So those are local people using, Memorial Day and July the 4th of the work. So I may be there again too by the end of the season this one. I'll maybe have to handshake again for our articles that said, hey, these are going to my other globe.
what do you say you do? You know, and again, I feel that this may not necessarily be, they're all up and down Horseshoe Bend. I don't know, the 3 flags are gone. Somebody has to pay for 3 flags.
Yeah.
I don't know why can't we take 3 flags or 5 flags, 10 flags, I don't care. What, but I mean, I think it's just, I mean, my gosh, the time involved in all this blows my mind. It really does, and
I can figure out the cost.
I think the least, the village.
I don't appreciate that.
I mean, it's,
Yeah.
it's huge.
Every so often I'll throw some of my money in, but.
Well,
someone did
your time is huge on this, it blows my mind. So thank you, everybody,
Okay. I'm gonna get hold of, whoever is running the lodge for season. I don't know, I have to reach out to, reach out there somewhere if I got. There's a couple of, areas along there, because I didn't have, usually for the flags, there's areas where people have donated money so close to their location, so they pass it by. The only one there is at the intersection of, the lodge, traffic light, I went there for Julie, have their sign there and they donated. But in between that, property that the, road frontage that the lodge is on, I don't put it in there because they haven't donated, I haven't had the option to donate, I'm gonna go and get them donate so many, and figure out where I'm gonna put them. And, see what happens, so they'll be a few, of course, I don't wanna have too many, my husband's like, hey. Even though he's just driving, but.
Well.
But yeah, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, that'd be great, so thank you, Renita.
You're welcome, thank you for bringing that.
Okay, our next meeting is August 12th, so we might have anything before we adjourn. I think we need to say one more thing, a big thank you to Lynn and Mike for staff work. I personally, and I know you have a relationship with them, I've grown to have a relationship with them. Appreciate that as well, but more than just a trustee here, it's outside. So, with that, thanks again, Mike, and Lynn, and
I'll make a motion that we close the meeting.
Okay, second. That's, approve that, 58. Second. Okay, May second, all in favor?